Hi friends, my name is Alex. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and coming to hang out with me. So I have already introed this video. You will see that clip in a moment, but I wanted to kind of reintroduce it now later on because when I started this vlog, I really had different plans of what was going to be happening this week, and things have changed a lot. So I want to give you a quick intro of like what you can actually expect, and then you can watch me figure that out throughout the rest of the clips. Because this vlog ended up being me racing to finish my Goodreads goal of reading 100 books by the end of the year. I started this vlog like 2 days after Christmas on December 27th, I believe, at 95 books read, and was trying to get to 100 by the end of the year. So just want to give you that quick intro to let you know kind of what to expect from this video. And now I will send you off to my original intro and you can watch the chaos unfold. So I am currently on a break from work for the holidays. I have the next 7 days off. It is just after Christmas now, and I wanted to bring you along with my reading for this week. I am thinking of possibly trying to do a little bit of a readathon over the next couple of days. In a few days, my husband and I are gonna be taking off to go stay with my mom. So I'm not sure how much reading I'm gonna get done while we are there, but maybe for the couple of days before that, I could try to do a little bit of a readathon. I have never done that before, so who knows how successful that's going to be. I guess maybe you'll know by the title of this video whether this is more of a readathon or just a reading vlog over the next couple of days. I have been super slumpy recently, so I don't know how much reading I am going to get done, but I have a nice stack of books here that I am hoping to pick up. So right now I am currently reading 2 books. I'm reading The Keeper of Enchanted Rooms by Charlie Holmberg. I am hoping to do a lot of immersive reading this week. It's not something I've ever really done before, reading the physical book while also listening to the audiobook, but I have heard it suggested as a way to kind of help you get out of a slumpy reading mood. So I'm hoping to do a lot of that and see if that helps me get through some more books over the next couple of days. And this one I have both, so hopefully I'll be finishing off The Keeper of Enchanted Rooms. This is an adult kind of historical fantasy, and I'm enjoying it so far. Then I am also currently a couple of chapters into Once Upon a December by Amy E. Reichert. This is a Christmassy romance, which we are after Christmas now, but you know, the mood hit me a little late this year. Then we have 2 of my super highly anticipated reads that I am definitely going to be prioritizing getting to over the next couple of days. That is A Fire Endless by Rebecca Ross, the sequel to A River Enchanted, which is one of my favorite books that I've read this year so far. Maybe my favorite book I've read this year. You'll have to check out my top reads of 2022 video to find out. And we have A Wilderness of Stars by Shay Earnshaw. This is one that I got for Christmas from my mom, and one that I have also been highly anticipating. I love Shay Earnshaw's writing, and I'm really excited to see what her new YA fantasy book has for us. So I have high hopes, and we'll see if it lives up to them. But yeah, I really honestly don't know what I'm going to start with. I'm hoping to start reading here pretty soon, but I do have all of these available to me on audio except for Once Upon a December. I may start with just a couple of chapters of this just to get me settled and cozy, drink some coffee, and read a little bit more of this one. So thanks for hanging out, and I will check in with you in a little while. Okay, so I wanted to check in with you. I have read a couple more chapters of Once Upon a December. I am on page 52, chapter 6. I am about to start, and I just wanted to give you a little update on how I'm feeling about this book. So this is a like magical realism romance about a man who lives in an enchanted Christmas market and works in the bakery. And this Christmas market only exists at Christmas time. So they like hop around to different cities, but it's very magical. They're like outside of real time. And so he keeps coming back to this Milwaukee Christmas market where he keeps running into this woman named Astra. And so we follow them like re-meeting. He remembers her, but she doesn't remember him. And they're like obviously going to start some sort of romance. I like the concept. I enjoy the characters. However, the dialogue is a little tough for me. It feels a little stiff and awkward. So I think I am gonna continue reading a couple more chapters today, but I'm not sure that this is what I'm gonna like try to plow through because I'm just not like fully obsessed with it. But I am only 50 pages in, so I'll give it a couple more chapters and see how that goes. It has been a minute, but I think over 24 hours since the last clips that I showed you in this video, so my readathon plans are not going well. This is definitely going to just be more of a like reading vlog. Maybe I'll try to do a readathon in the coming days, but things have been not what I planned. So yesterday I was planning to just kind of read all evening, and then my husband decided that he wanted to go out to dinner and lured me out with the promise of going to Barnes & Noble to pick up one of my online orders. So I went to the Barnes & Noble sale on Monday, the day after Christmas, and got a bunch of books, but they didn't have one that I wanted at that store. I was able to do an online order pickup for it at a different local store. So he was like, let's go out to dinner and then we can go get your book. Obviously had to go do that, go to Barnes & Noble a second time. And so we did that and got home, and I just wasn't feeling well from the dinner. It was not good. So I didn't end up reading a ton more, although I did start A Fire Endless. I think you saw that in a little clip. I gave up on Once Upon a December for now. I might pick it up later or just like read it kind of a chapter at a time until I finish it. We'll see. But I got one part of the 3 parts into A Fire Endless. It is freaking amazing so far. A River Enchanted is just one of my favorite books, so of course I'm gonna love this one. Very excited to keep reading that. I think the audiobook says I have like 5-ish hours left because I've been doing that immersive reading, and it is, I think, helping with my focus, so that's awesome. So I read that last night. This morning I was planning to do a lot more reading, and then we're supposed to be going out of town tomorrow to visit some family. Got a call that a family member is sick and we are not going to be going to visit them anymore. So I ended up spending the morning editing a video, now knowing that I have the next couple of days to keep reading. So I edited that video. It should be up by the time I put this up, so that is my anticipated releases for 2023 video, and I'm so excited about some of the books that are coming out this year. Like, I'm so excited. It's now like 4 p.m. and I've barely read anything today. I've been listening a little bit to the audiobook of Keeper of Enchanted Rooms, which I'm really enjoying. Keeper of Enchanted Rooms is an adult fantasy romance about this man who inherits a house, and he goes to move there and discovers that it is an enchanted, like, magical house that doesn't want him to leave, like won't let him out. And in this world, magic is pretty normal, it's common, and so there's like a company that like helps monitor and manage enchanted homes, and so someone from the company comes to stay with him and help him like get his house under control. It's really fun and cute. I'm enjoying picking that one up just kind of here and there. I've been reading it for a couple of weeks now, so not like finishing anything yet in this video, but right now it is 4 o'clock on Wednesday, and I now don't have really any plans except for church this weekend until work next Tuesday. So I have a couple of days. I'm hoping to get some good reading done, definitely finish A Fire Endless and probably Keeper of Enchanted Rooms. I still would love to pick up A Wilderness of Stars. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep taking you along on this just cozy, comfy weekend, hanging out, enjoying my little vacation from work, and hopefully reading some good books. So So it is now Thursday afternoon. I have finished 2 books since I last talked to you. So I did end up listening to The Keeper of Enchanted Rooms on audiobook yesterday, and I did really enjoy it. It was just like a very charming read. I enjoyed the combination of fantasy, mystery, historical fiction, and romance. Like, it was a really good combo, and I definitely do recommend it. I think it was a great read. I enjoyed the romance. Was not your like typical like 20-something really hot people. It was like just very like normal people, a little bit older, in their 30s. I really enjoyed that. I liked it a lot. And then I also just finished reading A Fire Endless by Rebecca Ross, which I think this might be like my favorite book series right now. I'm freaking obsessed with this story. So if I didn't mention already, this is the sequel to A River Enchanted, which is like a Scottish inspired beautiful fantasy. We follow a bard who is called home to his home island of Cadence by a childhood kind of like rival of his to help solve this mystery of these missing young girls. This island is like steeped in this really just like lush, beautiful magic. The island has spirits. The people have, you know, different magical skills, and this bard's music is magical. And yeah, so that's the first story, is like these missing girls solving that mystery. And you just meet like so many different characters that I'm just obsessed with. Like, the characters are so real, and I just love them so dearly. Rebecca Ross's writing is absolutely stunning. Like, her prose is the most lyrical, poetic, gorgeous writing. The experience is amazing. I also highly recommend the audiobooks if you are an audiobook listener, because the narration is absolutely gorgeous as well. These are just an absolute favorite of mine. 5 stars for both books. It ended well, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, there's more I like want to see for them and like experience with them, because I just love them so much. If you have not yet read these books, please, please, please do. I love them. They're so great. Rebecca Ross is definitely a favorite of mine. I'm also so glad, because I have her new YA that's coming out in April is called Divine Rivals, and I have the ARC on NetGalley, so I'm really happy that I have the opportunity to jump right back into her writing soon when I'm ready for that. I was looking at my Goodreads, and my goal for the year was 100 books. There are 2.5 days left of the year, and I'm at 97. So I'm like, do I push myself and try to read 3 more books? I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna see like how the next read goes and then decide from there. It will either be A Wilderness of Stars by Shea Earnshaw or Once Upon a Broken Heart. I don't know why. I just like suddenly feel the urge to read that, and I do have the ebook and audiobook. I don't own a physical copy, but I have it out from the library and on SCRIBD for audio, so I could pick that one up. I've just heard it's very wintry, and Stephanie Garber's writing is super easy to read. So I'm like, if I'm gonna try and like sprint through some books, maybe that would be a good one. So deciding between those 2 at the moment. I will let you know what I end up reading next. Happy Friday morning, late morning, almost afternoon. So last night I did read a good chunk of A Wilderness of Stars by Shea Earnshaw. Let's see, I am on page 272 now. So making a good dent in this. I will definitely get this one finished up in the next couple of hours. I don't think I gave much of a synopsis yesterday when I was starting it, because I really had no idea what this book was about. So I don't want to give away too much, because I think that's kind of like the point. I think Shea Earnshaw doesn't really want you to know too much. I am gonna say a little bit more than what's in the synopsis. So if you really, really don't want to know, just like skip ahead a minute in this video so that you don't hear anything that might potentially be spoilery, but I won't give like details or anything. So we are following a girl named Vega who has grown up in seclusion with her mom in this valley. She's not allowed to leave until these stars appear in the sky. Her mother has been teaching her astronomy for her whole life, and suddenly these stars appear in the sky that are not normally there. And so this apparently is her sign that she's like supposed to go off on this adventure and find this person. She finally leaves for the first time ever, and the world outside is kind of like post-apocalyptic. I don't know, that's not said in the synopsis, but it is kind of like a Wild West post-apocalyptic type of world, which I'm enjoying. It's very interesting. It really reminds me of, if you've ever seen that show Revolution, that's like a post-apocalyptic where they don't have electricity anymore. It kind of reminds me of like that type of world. There's like bandits and it's not safe and these like kind of Western vibe towns. I don't know. That's the vibe I'm getting from it, from the world, which is my favorite part so far, is like learning about the world. I hope that by the end of the book, I understand more about like how the world got this way, because I don't feel like I know that yet. And of course, we've got a little bit of a romance, which I'm not vibing with too much. I wish we had more time with our characters, more character development. For like how deep I am in this book, I feel like I don't know the characters as well as I'd like to, so that's kind of a bummer. And Shea Earnshaw is kind of notorious for insta-love in her young adult books. I was hoping that this one would be different, but it's feeling that way a little bit to me at the moment, which is not my favorite. So I'm not loving the romance vibe. That's okay, it's kind of a minor plot point. I also feel like the chapters are so ridiculously long. I told you I'm on page 272. I'm about to start chapter 8. And I just don't like that for a YA book, or really any book. I prefer short chapters. I prefer that faster pacing. And this just feels super slow. I'm enjoying it still because I am super intrigued about this world. There is also like a disease that is killing people, and that's like a main thing in this story. I'm intrigued. I want to know like what's going on and how this is related to astronomy. I'm curious, but I'm just struggling with the pacing, with the romance, with the character development at the moment. It's still like a nice, easy read. Obviously, I made it almost 300 pages in last night, so gonna finish this one off today, and I will report back. I have also decided, I think, what my next 2 reads are gonna be, because this will be number 98 and I need 2 more to get to 100. I'm gonna pick up the Christmas Murder Game next. The audio is 9 hours on SCRIBD. That seems doable. And then after that, I will do Once Upon a Broken Heart. So definitely a different vibe, but I just kind of wanted to mix it up. Instead of doing like a ton of young adult fantasy, I wanted to throw in something else, and this was one that I had. I'm interested in. It's seasonal, so if I don't read it now, I probably won't read it till next year. So the Christmas Murder Game is what I will pick up after I finish A Wilderness of Stars. Okay, quick update, friends. I did finish A Wilderness of Stars, and pretty much everything that I was mentioning in my last update stands. Like, it was fine. It was okay. I didn't love it. The ending was good. I enjoyed it. If you are a fan of young adults, I still recommend it. It's definitely like pretty unique feeling for stuff that I've read recently. So anyways, let's be done talking about that. I am now starting the Christmas Murder Game. I was just cooking dinner and I listened to like the first 4 chapters of it. However, I'm feeling really nervous about it because both of the booktubers that I saw this book recommended on, they hadn't read it, but it was one they were anticipating, and that was Liv's Library and Lauren Love Reads. They were both anticipating reading it. However, they both have since had videos where they talked about starting this book and DNFing it. So now I'm feeling really nervous because I was hyped on it because of the things that they had said they were hyped about. And now knowing that they both didn't enjoy it very much, I'm a little bit nervous, but I still want to give it a go. I am, like, the first 4 chapters have been fine. They both kind of were saying that it was like sad and like maybe a little creepy, gruesome, gross, I don't know. So far, not so much. I mean, our main character's mother has passed when she was young, and her family has this estate where they gather every Christmas for these like games, and they've always done it, and she doesn't want to go back there because her mom died there. However, the prize for the game this year is the deed to the home, so all of her like cousins are really excited, and she receives a letter from her aunt saying that she thinks her mom was actually murdered, and that by playing this game this year that she might be able to figure out who did it. So our main character is going back because she wants to figure out what the heck is going on, what actually happened to her mom. And so right now she's just at the home, her cousins and family members are gathering, and we're just like getting to know everyone and about to find out like the rules of the game and stuff. So that's all so far. I will keep you posted because I am definitely a little bit nervous. So I'm just gonna, you know, breeze through this one tonight, hopefully, and hopefully it doesn't creep me out too much because I am not like a typical mystery thriller reader. I was thinking this one might lean more like Knives Out, cozy mystery, fun vibes, and it's sounding like it's not. This is definitely more of a mystery thriller. So we'll see how I do with that. Hopefully I can sleep tonight. I will keep you posted though. Hello, I'm back. You've seen me in this outfit before. It is now Saturday, January 31st, the last day of the year, and I have reached 99 books. I finished The Christmas Murder Game last night. It was fine. It wasn't that great. I think I gave it like a 2 stars. Just for me personally, like the themes, some of the like family dynamic themes were not things that I was into reading about. I figured out who was like whodunit really early on in reading. So yeah, I just did not vibe with that book all that much, but I did read the whole thing yesterday. So we're done with that one. And now I am trying to decide. It is like 1 o'clock. My husband and I went on a coffee date this morning, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out what is going to be my last read of the year. I had originally planned for it to be Once Upon a Broken Heart, which I still think is what I want to read. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about it recently, which has just sparked my interest. I've heard people saying that it's very like wintry vibes, which I'm into. I have read the Caraval trilogy and I didn't love them. I enjoyed the first book the most, which I know is kind of an unpopular opinion. The second and third books I really didn't like that much, but I've heard so many good things about how much Stephanie Garber has improved with this series that it's definitely sparked my interest. From what I know about this story, it is about a girl named Evangeline who finds out that the man that she's in love with is going to marry her sister, I believe. And so she goes to the Prince of Hearts and asks him to help her. He makes a deal that he will stop this wedding if she promises him 3 kisses. But his kisses are fatal, I believe. So interesting. I'm intrigued. So that's what I had originally planned. However, then I was thinking, okay, what if I like don't really have that much time? You know, it's New Year's Eve. Do I want to be doing something else? And so I also have Morrighan by Mary E. Pearson. This is a really short, it's like 225 pages. So this is the prequel to the Remnant Chronicles trilogy, which starts with The Kiss of Deception. I am obsessed with that trilogy. It is so good. And so I am really interested. Obviously, I bought the book. I'm really excited to read the prequel to this. However, I just don't know if that's what I'm wanting to get into today. The Remnant Chronicles is kind of a like post-apocalyptic, but then it becomes more of like a medieval type of world after this like post-apocalyptic event. And they are just so freaking good. Like, I'm obsessed with the trilogy. I'm really excited to read the spin-off, which is Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves. I'm not totally sure. It like would be an awesome like quick read to just like finish off that last read of the year, but I just don't know if I'm totally in the mood for that right now. I just, for whatever reason, like want to read Once Upon a Broken Heart so badly. So I do think, even though it's longer, I do think I'm gonna go with Once Upon a Broken Heart and try to read this book today. Happy New Year, friends! Today is January 1st, and yesterday I did end up finishing Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, completing my reading goal of 100 books in the year 2022. So that was very exciting, very fun. However, I did just want to mention that at the beginning of filming this video, I did not plan to actually make my reading goal. I didn't think that was gonna happen, and I was really okay with that. And so I just want to say, if you set a goal and did not meet it, that is totally fine. These are very arbitrary numbers. It's very silly, and this was more just fun seeing if I could read 5 books in 5 days. Just a fun challenge for me because I had the time and I wanted to. But for next year, I'm actually gonna set really, really different reading goals. I'm really gonna try not to be numbers focused, and I will have a video coming out soon more about that. So definitely watch out for that if you're curious. But yeah, this was just fun for me. I had a great time. I really wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to read that much that quickly, and I did. I had a great time doing it. I think at the beginning of this video, I talked about trying immersive reading with the audiobook playing while reading the physical or ebook. I did that for almost everything I read this week, and it helped so much to keep me focused. I get audiobooks from my library using the Libby app, which is awesome. I'm a huge proponent of the library and reading for free. So yes, that is one way that I like to get audiobooks. The second way that I have been trying very recently is SCRIBD. I just did my free trial for it and really enjoyed their selection, their catalog. I really like it a lot more than what Audible offers, and yeah, they just have a really nice catalog. They don't have everything, but they have a lot, and they don't limit you on how many books you can read at a time or in a month. I've been really enjoying that. So if you are interested in checking out SCRIBD and learning more about them, I will leave my referral link in the description for you to get I think it's a month free trial. So if you're interested, feel free. Obviously, no pressure to do so. I'm not sponsored by them. This is just something that I have been trying out for the first time for myself and have been pleased with the service so far. But yeah, I just wanted to come on, wrap up the video. I did enjoy Once Upon a Broken Heart a lot. It was a super easy, quick read, but I love the world. I do totally agree that this is way improved from the Caraval trilogy. I really love the Magnificent North, the setting. It's just really fun. So I'm very excited to read The Ballad of Never After sometime in the coming months. I will definitely be continuing on with the next book in that series. So that was a win, a good last read of the year. So thank you so much for joining me for this slightly chaotic, random reading vlog. I've had fun filming it, so I hope you've enjoyed watching it. If you did, please give it a like and let me know what your last read of 2022 was down in the comments. I am very curious and how you felt about it. I want to know. So let me know that in the comments. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Happy New Year!